Ready? Okay. Good morning, everyone. With me today is Nicholas Bondo, to my left. He's the Director of Air Transport in the ministry. And on my right, I have Captain Lunani, who is the Director of Air Accidents Investigation Department, also in the ministry. We are expected to be joined by Captain Kibe, the Director General of KCA. As I had mentioned earlier, this is a multi-agency operation. The search and rescue operation is a multi-agency operation coordinated by the National Disaster Council, and it has brought several people on board, the security organs, the Air Force, the police, KWS, and of course within the ministry, KCA, Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, and the Air Accident Investigation Department. So this morning we have some updates for you, and I'll read out our statement on this. It's a press statement on the missing Flight 5Y CAC of 7th June 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to confirm that at 6:45 this morning, the wreckage of the missing aircraft 208 Cessna registration number 5Y-CAC was located at Elephant Point in the Aberdare Ranges by an aerial search team. A ground team of military specialists in mountain rescue operations has been dispatched to the site, which is 11,000 feet up a 400-meter cliff face with a densely forested area. A recovery team, including medics, has also been directed there, and the Red Cross is on board too. We will issue a further statement as soon as we have information of passengers and the crew. And I would like to reiterate that the government would like to urge the public to remain calm and not to speculate on possible causes of the accident. Investigations into the probable cause of the accidents have commenced, guided by the Air Accident Investigation Department of the ministry. Let me reiterate that we shall update you with more information as and when it becomes necessary. Thank you very much. That's the end of the statement. We can take a few questions. Yes.
My name is Hassan Mugambi, Citizen TV.
Sorry?
My name is Hassan Mugambi, Citizen TV.
Yes.
What is the status of the wreckage?
We will share information on the wreckage in this discussion, but we don't want to fuel speculation. I think we need to be sensitive to relatives of the people who are on board, and we don't want to transmit hopelessness. This is really our responsibility. In situations like this, we must assume that life is sustained until we prove otherwise. So the wreckage does appear reasonably damaged, but we are following up with every expectation that we'll recover as many as we are able to. Yes.
My name is Shukri Wachu from K24.
Yes.
Yesterday at 1800 hours, the County Commissioner said that the search and rescue was terminated due to bad weather. So today, what time exactly did it commence?
And yes, as I respond to you, I would like to avoid playing a back and forth between agencies. My statement last night was very clear. During the dark, you cannot continue with air search because you require a lot of visibility. But the coordinated approach has had many avenues for search. As I've mentioned, currently we have military specialists in forest and difficult area rescue. They were on the ground last night, and they don't stop searching. They don't stop searching, and this is why I say the search will continue. And we pursue this matter that way because of a concern. You can imagine yourself as a relative of those, the affected passengers. That would be very, very bad news. Yeah? So our search is actually 24 hours. It doesn't stop. We just change tact between the day and the night. Yes. Any other question? Sorry? Yes, I want to reiterate that it is not done until it is. The government is not holding back anything at all. We've put in all our agencies on board, and the instructions are very clear. We don't give up. We don't give up. So, and also, as I said, let's not speculate. We will be giving you updates as quickly as the information comes in. And certainly, when there are messages of hope, we will not hesitate to call you back again for a brief. Thank you.
Maybe for Mr. Mani, have you started investigations into the possible cause of the crash?
Okay. Yeah, what I may say is investigations have started, and it takes the form of scientific method. So it has commenced.
And I know we are very interested in the causes of these accidents. It does take some time. We have to do a lot of forensic inquiry. Investigation is not just localized; it's also, it requires international expertise. So we coordinate it beyond our country, Kenya, and we do need to give it time to take its natural course. We've been joined by Captain Kiben, the Director General of KCA. You may want to direct a question or two to him. Yes.
Yes, Karibu, Captain. My first question would probably for those who are going to be the search and rescue, trying to maneuver your way through the terrain, particularly in the type of weather that we're experiencing. How difficult is it?
It's very difficult because you cannot see when you're inside cloud. Cloud is a dangerous thing because you simply cannot see. Therefore, it brings very serious challenges to any search and rescue effort of this kind of nature. So we do have to respect it. The weather is king over us. And that's why it has taken these 2 days to be able to find the wreckage of this aeroplane. And that's why we were getting difficulties. And also the site is very, very high up in the mountain. And the clouds were at like 8,000 feet, and the accident site is at 11,900 feet deep inside the cloud. So visibility was very limited, and we did not want to endanger the crew of the search and rescue helicopters that were conducting that search.
Any further questions? Okay. If there are no further questions, we hope to issue further updates at about noon. And we want to for you. Hopefully, messages of hope. We'll keep in touch with you. Thank you very much.
All right, officials there of the transport docket, they're just giving the latest details with regard to the locating of that wreckage of the plane that went missing on Tuesday evening. Well, he has said that the plane was found at 6:45 a.m. The wreckage was found at 6:45 a.m. That is today, of course, at a point called Elfam Point in the Aberdares. He says that the ground team has been on the ground, and they are the ones that were able to do this, and they did this by way of foot because, of course, it has been very difficult accessing the area by air. And he says that it was found at about 11,000 feet. And that the Red Cross is on the ground currently to, of course, try and see if indeed there will be any survivors of that unfortunate crash there. As you can see, the pictures that we're able to get just showcasing the wreckage of that plane. They say that they will continue to release more information as it develops. And he says that indeed the search goes on. Like I said earlier, the search goes on for any people or any members of the people who were on board that will be found. Really, the search continues during the day. That, of course, includes right now as we speak, saying that the updates will be given as information trickles in. He's also called for calm, and especially for the public to be sensitive to the family and friends of the people who were on board that aircraft, that indeed we should remain calm and, of course, be hopeful that indeed there's going to be some good news, that the people people who are on board will have survived. We'll continue to, of course, keep an eye on this developing story. We have our teams on the ground, and they'll be doing that for us. We want to take a short commercial break here on News Center, but we're coming back to continue with our coverage here on the show. We still have quite a number of issues to talk about, and we'll be coming back in a few minutes. Don't go away.